start actually signing in the letters, you should know that that you will be signing with your dominant hand. So whatever you would typically write with. So if you write with your left hand, you sign everything with your left hand. If you write with your right hand, you'd sign with your right hand. Or if you happen to be ambidextrous, you would just pick one hand and you would stick with that hand as your dominant hand. Whenever you are finger spelling or signing typically, you will stay in this like little imaginary box where all your signs are typically going to be. It's not too far in front of you. It's just this little imaginary box you have in front of you. Whenever you are finger spelling or happen to be signing, you should keep your mouth shut and try not to mouth the letters or word that you're signing. Because there's the thing called mouth morphs where that will change how the sign could be interpreted. So it's important to keep your mouth shut unless you're doing a mouth morph, but you guys aren't going to be doing any of that today. Whenever you're moving, whenever you're signing, try not to move your hand around a whole bunch, just keep your hand still as you're signing. And unless there are two letters next to each other, you would sign it. You'd move your hand over just a little bit to signal to show that there is a second O in the word. It works for any time that there's two letters next to each other. Just basic things that you should know whenever you're starting to finger spell and sign. A. Let's go up to B. You have C. You kind of make this little like claw type shape. You go to D. E. You just take your pointer finger, hook it down so all your four fingers are resting on top of your thumb. F. You're going to make your pointer finger and your thumb are going to meet up together, kind of this rounded type shape, as your other three fingers are extended outwards. G. It may look weird on the page, but you're going to have your first finger and your thumb in parallel and kind of facing to the right of you. H. You're going to just have your second middle finger out, along with your pointer finger, still have that thumb facing outwards too. So it's kind of hidden behind your two fingers. I. J. You're going to kind of take the I, but kind of swoop it around, making the J shape. K. You're going to kind of put your pointer finger like directly up, your middle finger at like an angle, and then you're going to have your thumb kind of in between those two resting. L. Just make classic L shape there. M. You're going to have your three fingers resting on top of your thumb, and have your pinky kind of left out. I know some people may not have long enough fingers for that, or long enough thumbs, so you could also just rest your thumb on top of your three fingers. This also could indicate M. N. You're going to have two fingers instead this time on top of your thumb, or wrapped around your thumb. Be interpreted as this, or as this. O. You just make the classic O shape with your hands. P. Take the K, but kind of point it downwards. So now this time your pointer finger is directly down, your middle finger is still at like this arch, and then your thumb is kind of in between. K. Q. It's going to be just like a G, but instead it's going to be pointing directly downwards. R. You're going to have your two pointer fingers up, but they're going to be kind of crossed. S. It's just like the A, but you're going to have your thumb in front of your fist instead of off to the side. T. Just like with M and N, but this time it's just going to be on one of your pointer finger. U. Have your first two fingers up, just like an R, but this time they're not going to be crossed. V. It's the same, but your two fingers are now pointed outwards like this, so they're separated. W. You're introduce your third finger into this separated area. Next, you just kind of make this little hook shape with your hands. So instead of having it directly out, you're kind of bending it just a little bit. Y. Now you have your thumb, pinky finger out. Doesn't have to be like directly outwards, it can be kind of a bit more. Then Z. Now your pointer finger, and you're kind of making a Z shape. So, you guys are going to get into partner pairs, and for you three, you're going to get like a trio. And you're going, one of you guys is going to keep this side of the page, and the other one is going to flip it over. So that only one of you has this side, and the other has this side at any time. The person who has flipped the page to this side is now going to ask question number 1. Right? They're going to say it in English for the other people, the person to hear. And the person who has the alphabet side still is going to finger spell they're going to finger spell whatever the question asks. So for question 1, the person is going to ask for their name. The other person who has the alphabet side still is going to finger spell their name. And the person who has this side, who just asked the question, is going to write down what the other person just answered. Does that make sense to everybody?
So I turned that up.
Okay. Do you have any pets?
How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Okay. Do you have any pets? It's just like yes or no.
How are you guys doing?
Okay. Yeah. Who wants to ask the questions next? Oh. Okay.
Should I do both of you then?
Yeah, I'll scoot back a little bit. That way I can ask both. Yeah.
I'm really slow.
Oh, okay, sorry. I gotta go slow. Okay. Yeah, I know sign language, so I just gotta go slow. And then another one, which would be a slight input. And then
Start talking again, so you should switch back.
yeah.
Where's your name?
These are start talking.
Yeah.
Fist of 5. Fist being you didn't understand anything at all, and 5 being you got everything really well. How well did you understand the American Sign Language alphabet? All right.